Okay, good. Is that a robot? Oh no, he's hot. Okay, let's see. Settings. Full screen. Quality. Oh, there's no... Okay. Alright. That's cool. Ooh, dude got a Linzer cookie. Very nice. Okay, I don't actually know what the sounds are gonna be like. I feel like the music was a little loud, so I'm gonna turn that down a tiny bit. Wait. Okay. Let me know if the music ends up being too loud. Oh, back. I was like, how do I get out of here? Alright. Let's do this. Oh, before we get started, tell us your name. Grannybine. Starting music wasn't too bad. Excellent. Chat, do you like biscuits? Oh. Oh my gosh. I... Okay. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Oh, you can wake up now. Now. Your first day of culinary school. It's no time to be sleeping in. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, that was... that was terrible. Okay, can we just like look at this cute like boy band poster we have, and then we have this like chicken right here. Oh, look at the little cute hearts on the window. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. You'll need to take this seriously. You allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking about the future. I'd better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Do they mean like a biscuit, like a cookie biscuit, or do they mean a biscuit like what you have, like the thick ones that we were looking at earlier? KFC biscuit? That's weird, right? That's weird. Just what you needed to get your blood flowing. Also, I guess this answered our question. Standing in the quad. What's a quad? A quad is a vehicle. You gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. It's like an open central area in a university. Oh! Okay, thank you. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Chat, meet Miriam. Good morning, Grannybine. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Can I just say this is a wild pose to take while talking to somebody? This is how I'm gonna say hello to people. I'm just gonna pose like this. Hi, bear! Maybe not a square, mine was very elongated rectangle. I'm trying to think of any places I've been education building wise that have an open central area, but I cannot think of any. Actually, I'm... Oh my gosh, no, stop this. I love this. Because I sure am excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. What's the... It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam. Raised by MasterChef parents, she always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together, and you rescued me from that quicksand box... What? It's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. Oh gosh. But with University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters... I'm sorry, what? 3-day only semesters? You didn't have quicksand box... Did you actually have a... That's not real, right? Is quicksand even real? Is quicksand real? Or was that made up by... Quicksand is real? Oh no. Now I have a new fear. I live in a desert. How... It's just not what everyone thinks of? Hold on. Mild pause. I need to look up what quicksand is. Quicksand. Alright, deep water and quicksand. No swimming. What? Wait, is it just those sands that you can, like the wet sand that you can, like, slowly, like, dig yourself into? I need an example of quicksand. Watch Quicksand, Netflix official. I think... Oh, no. You know what? Never mind. There's a Netflix thing. I'm like, oh, is this a documentary? After a tragedy at a school sends shockwaves through a wealthy Stockholm suburb, a seemingly well-adjusted teen finds herself on trial for murder. I don't think it is. I don't think it's a documentary. Just a hunch. Okay, well, I no longer have that as a fear because that type of quicksand is kind of fun. Hold on. Okay, I'm better. So we have a 3-day only semester. I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl, Miriam always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. How hard are you going at a mannequin that you would chip a tooth? Also, why would you practice on a mannequin? They're so freaky. Did I ever tell you about the time that I went for a walk and it was evening and all of the stores were closed and I was going for a walk with a friend and we walked by this... What was it? I feel like it was some sort of martial arts fighting thing school and and there were mannequins in the window and it wasn't lit up inside, so I just saw these shadows in the window and I screamed. Anyway, mannequins scare me. They look like people and I don't like that. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? That is a valid response. Understandable. Thank you. Thank you. Should we pep talk our BFF or should we change the topic? I feel like we already said something kind of like, oh, you'll do great. You're full of love. And she was like, ah, I'm a failure. But I don't know if I want to talk about school gossip. Isn't this our first day? How do we know school gossip already? Let's do it. It's hard to see Miriam like this and, frankly, quite exhausting. Rude! That's your BFF. Rather than dwell on her anxiety, you try to change the subject to something more interesting. All summer, you've been hearing rumors about a dreamy, enigmatic mystery student who is enrolled at the school. Oh, look at her, she's crying. Yeah, that's a little worrisome, but you'll be fine. Now, what about this mystery student we read about on the school message board? Any new deets? Oh my goodness. My stepbrother moved recently and his neighbor gave him a binder of the gossip history of the neighborhood? Stop. For real? That's gonna be a super biased binder though, right? The neighbor had lived there for decades. I secretly love that though. Did your stepbrother read it at all, or that neighbor would be my new best friend? I love good tea. Well, if you hear any fun stories, Sasha, make sure you share the tea, as the kids say. Oh, get this. I heard his name is Harland, and he's no ordinary student. I really hope this is the dog. They say he has powers? He's had them ever since he was born. From an egg. An egg? Like a chicken? Don't be ridiculous. But that thing about having powers, it would line up with some of the other rumors I've heard. What is this game? Like I heard he once fought a bear with just his smile. You both sigh thinking about a student so handsome that the laws of physics don't dare apply to him. Dreamy. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey! Do I just say Ashley? Or Ashley? Who? How do we fix this? Hold on. 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 Oh. Ari, can you do exclamation point cookie fix? Okay, good. How many cookies are you supposed to have? That'll just adjust how many cookies, so it'll just add cookies to you. Don't abuse it. 101 probably? Alright, there you go. One behind me. I have 103, so then you would need to do it 2 more times. Well... yeah. Well, 1 more time and then redeem your channel point cookie. Alright. It's Ashley. Ashley? I don't know how to say this without it sounding like I have an accent. Your arch rival. Arch rival? Arch rival. How many cookies did you get? Let's see. You got Snickerdoodle, an Oreo cookie, and a lemon thumbprint cookie. Oh, excellent cookies. But you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. Chicken shins? What does that mean? You leave Grannybine's shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins. Ugh, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone else. Oh my goodness. So should I be saying it Ashley? Small caps, bony legs. Tragedy. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. What? We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight, you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. Stop. Ahem. Van? Stop. Stop. Yes, I do have it. And I definitely need it. Oh my goodness, this game is so funny. I think I need to learn how to breathe properly for laughing, and I feel like I'm not. It definitely looks like it's just like a bib, and then he's wearing a jacket around it so that people can't totally tell. Oh wait, I need to rinse my mouth out. Give me a second. Do you want to maintain looking at Van, or do you want the BRB menu? Rip to Van. BRB menu. Okay, here's the BRB menu. Enjoy a snack. I'm gonna be right back. I am back. Hi. Alright, so I want to do voices for these characters, but I don't think that I can pull it off because I'll end up laughing a lot because I feel like this game is going to be ridiculous. So I hope you'll forgive me. Also, thank you for the welcome backs. You rang. Stop. Oh. Well, kind of. It's like a weirdly open shirt because it kind of it looks like it goes back. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley, I think it's just Ashley, right? They just spelled it differently? Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. It's a star. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us as honest professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. Shh, see you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Oh my god. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward it and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you? My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down? Stop. Hi, Pop. I'm Grannybine. So, are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. Oh my goodness. A scruffy-looking pooch takes its place at the podium at the front of the class. Adorable. Oh my gosh, it's literally... Bye, Aria. Have a good appointment. Now, Sprinkles. Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute Pop, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then... he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. It's... If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles, sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats a lot. Maybe we should open the window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi, guys. Sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school, with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Look at their face. This game is something. This is amazing. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Oh my gosh, smile. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? Why do we have these? Beef. Beef all the way. You reach beneath your apron and return with a small bit of beef jerky in your hands. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. Beef? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I would never eat that. Oh, shoot. You clearly do not belong here. Please remove your apron and then remove yourself from this class and this school. No! Oh. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. Wait, can I just... What's the difference between clicking this and clicking this? Okay, we've already seen this part. Oh, I see. Oh, that makes sense. Chicken snack? You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Whew. Well, well, well. I think there might be some competition for a new star student. The furry professor immediately devours a snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. Should have known this is a chick. Oh my goodness, you're right. What was I thinking? You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds opened to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey, Grannybine, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me if you're interested. 2 good options, but what will you choose? Obviously my best friend. You move to take your seat by Miriam. I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class. Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by? Colonel Sanders? He has such a magnetic personality, and there's a seat open right next to him. If you had sat there, you might have gotten to know him a little better. I'd never sacrifice our friendship. Besides, I'm sure I'll get a chance to talk to him later in the semester. I've got 3 whole days. That's like a lifetime. So you say, but now that Miriam mentions it, Colonel Sanders is just so darn dreamy. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement.
Welcome to Cookie Party.
Oh! They're Chunks. Thank you so much for the raid. Persona 3? How was that? Welcome in, Raiders. Today we are fulfilling one of our cookie jar, actually two of our cookie jar games. One of them is, so we have a spoopy and smut jar. And so when the smut jar gets emptied, we have to play romance games because I don't like romance games. And so I get to awkwardly play this game with chat. But so far this game is super funny. This game is so funny I had to rage you. Persona 3 has been a blast so far. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Hot dog game? I don't know what a hot dog game is. But hello, Midwinter Lily. Alright. Think fast. It's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me! This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Oh no, is this another, like, I could lose it? Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question 1. Have you played Hatoful Boyfriend? Not yet. Not yet, but it is on the list of romance games for me to play. We play this next? Okay, well, next time we have a smut game, Redeem, we will do Hatoful Boyfriend. Or at least it'll be on the list. Alright, Chad, you ready for question 1? If train... What? If train A is traveling to point B, and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? May I suggest Sucker for Love and its sequel? Actually, that is also on the list. I will campaign for the next poll. Was Sucker for Love? I think Sucker for Love was on this list, though. So this feels pretty obvious. I don't know why we're going to single out Pop, though. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to... feather? Okay, good. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? I'm gonna say it's probably a spork. Because I mentioned sporks earlier, right? Oh, whew. That's right. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat. A pancake that looks like a silly face. Let's hope that it's this one. Yes! Alright, is Sprinkles a good boy? He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy. Boom. I'm acing this. I've got to run and get some food in me before heading to the cinema. Don't let my raiders rebel against you. Have a great time at the cinema. I hope you enjoy your movie. And thank you again for the raid. Your total score is 5 out of 5. Yay! Wow, be honest, did you cheat? You look up to see Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain. Stop. Hot diggity, Grannybine. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. I'm sorry, did we just have a quiz and then, like, that's it and it's lunchtime? Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and it tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was... Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shh. Lunch, lunch, lunch. She said, shh. In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed. That smell. Look at this pose. Look at this pose. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble, as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. Good morning, Seiko. For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What, you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude, nah. I just, drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is, poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. Look at his face. Look at it. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants them all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van the Man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket, or out of this bucket, and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim towards the light. Chat, do we want to try and identify every flavor, or do we want to savor the moment and get closer to Colonel Sanders' culinary heart? Hi, Yaddy. Part of me wants to try and identify the flavors, but I feel like the game's gonna want me to try and learn about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. So, that's what I'm gonna do. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Along with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? Ha ha ha, how bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. I'm sorry, is this like a little chicken cane? It's just you and me talking. Here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then he leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use meep. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Meep? Wow, you'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared, while everyone else is still in the cafeteria. You decide to look for him. Jeez, why are we being a little eager here? You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say, the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world, you can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Neg him? What does this mean? To show your own strength? Wow him with a big idea, to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. What does this mean? Do I have to look it up? Neg. Insult or undermine? Oh my goodness. Well, definitely not that one. Be modest but thoughtful. I don't know if someone would really enjoy having someone else be like, hey, you should do this. Should we be modest and thoughtful, or be like, hey, add this to your recipe. Spice it up. Let's just do this. Well, I just want to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. Modesty? Yes! The flavors were complex, but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery, it was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Grannybine. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena, where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven, and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place, it's magnificent! Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second, oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature, adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena! For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Why have we abandoned our friend? Why was I not given the choice? Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is, me and you, if that wasn't clear. This actually feels like a real thing that I would say. Wanna be my partner? Sure, Grannybine. I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep boop. Bzz. Oh my. Two potential partners. I am so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Oh gosh. Hi, Billy. Who do we want? This is a child, right? They referred to Pop as a child. And this person is funny. Oh gosh, I'm hoping I'm not botching this for her. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth.
Warp, warp, warp.
Hold on there, fella. We don't even know what the assignment is yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Bzz. Tissue? I hardly know you. Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Yay, I chose the right person. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy. Nope. Octopus will ooh, octopus. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. I think that we should do this because it's a family recipe. I've always been something of a down home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. And gravy? Oh wait, of course I chose mashed potatoes and gravy. That's a KFC thing, isn't it? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please. Let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off of my man. Did someone call for me? No, geez, Van. While I'm over here crushing Grannybine's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Look at her face. Oh, he's so sad. Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. This is so loud. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley, Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looked like Grannybine was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But, Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel, deep down, that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together, like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really good at going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks, in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your forever bestie, who always has your back. Why would I turn to a stranger I don't know to battle someone that we've been battling? You turn to Miriam, and as soon as you find her, she senses it and looks back. This girl's friend in Need Radar is second to none. She immediately comes running over. Is somebody threatening my friend? I will destroy them. I actually think that Ashley and Van were just leaving. Leaving you in the dust vis-a-vis my skills as a chef, perhaps? But stepping away from this competition, you are sorely mistaken. Miriam, you're a loyal friend, but Grannybine is my partner for today's activity. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy nature. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for the flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which he pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van Van, do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, Grannybine. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat from wherever it lands. Can I have potato face? Van Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes. Why is this on an axe? With gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty. Braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. There's a star cut out in the middle of this. Treat time! Treat time! And a hydrate. Okay. Thank you for the treat, and thank you for the hydrate. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. Do I still have the same treat? No. Today, my treat is sweet potato. I may or may not have eaten all my chocolate almonds. Who knows? Who can truly say? I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him! Oh my gosh. He died. Must have been a lot of redemptions offline. Absolutely. As you know, I have unlimited channel points, so it was pretty easy. Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie! Tastes like poison. What? The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment, and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. Nice. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. No, that's creepy. What? Like for real? Oh, come on. Gosh. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today? Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him, in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Grannybine. There's something There's some... I'm okay. There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there! There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working toward that dream. Day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Yeah. Oh, pardon me. Hey, no, you... Shut up! I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? Look at this face. You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. Oh my gosh. The sport monster is here to fight a hero. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? You decide to defend. Which defense will you choose? Trepidation. You close your eyes tight, but then open one just enough to squint and see the spork monster across the battlefield. For some reason, this makes you feel more prepared for what comes next. Spork monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Fat lot of good that defense did. You decide to go on the attack. Oh. Can I eat it? Chow down does 2 damage. The fire in your belly made you stronger. Spork monster is really feeling threatened by your attack. Spork monster focused their mashed mind and draws an energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? You decide to go on the attack. And I will cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork monster uses utensil. This word. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. You decide to defend. Oh, buff up. Yeah, nice. No one can control this much buffness. You start to feel bloated and, quite frankly, a little gassy. You better attack soon, or you're likely to explode. You decide to go on the attack. Chow down? Chow down does 2 damage, a powerful blow. Spork monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain! Your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot pie power punch. It does 10 damage. Hold on, I need to take something. Spork monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured spork monster spews steam into the night. Spare this wretched beast. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Be gone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. The spork monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borgo. Borgo. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night holding a mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. Stop. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Oh, it's moving so fast. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible. And wait, was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the school homecoming parade? What? What do you mean he was also a convertible? I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooking language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy. Like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, you're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Haha, sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Wow. Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and then if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. It was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Stop. Wait, are they implying drugs? Whatever, anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking. So we've stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. What the heck is his face? Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, 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 it would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? What? You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about... It was Eye of Newt. I know. Sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt. Wow. Her eyes light up, imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity, and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. Stop! It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. I'm not a runt person, people think. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He even slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have. I mean, what a horseful beaut you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, Grannybine just gets really nervous around people they like. What the Miriam! What? That is not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning, and they were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile, as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad? You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Tell them to stop acting immature, act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. This is pretty anime. Summoning a demon is pretty normal, I think. Yeah. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounded a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping, and you try to uncover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with a spork monster. That's the same book I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book, they've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth? We're playing, hee hee. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. Aww. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzz, womp. Who do you think you are talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Words. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Oh my gosh. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. I just realized that she has, like, chicken on her socks? Leggings? I don't know what those are. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson. You truly do. Oh gosh. Is she gonna get distracted? Or I guess, am I gonna get distracted? No, I'm not getting out a sticky pad. What are you talking about? Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was the chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Grannybine? Naturally, this appears to you to be a simple platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, a dog biscuit. How fares Mr. Bibman? Well, he picked a fight with the oven, and then the oven got mad and shocked him. And I think that's the last of it. A dog biscuit? Alright. Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles. An example of his own culinary talents, perhaps. You reach out for it when Sprinkles jumps up and bites onto your cooking apron. What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Is this the end? You fade into darkness, but something is there. The spork monster? Borko, what are you doing here? It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten. You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You won't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. We were saved! Do we want to try... A glass of water? I don't know. The shimmering pepper seems like a trick. You grab the glass of water and gulp it down. It's cool and crisp, like the purest snow melted by a mountain spring. Hey, that was mine. It was for my favorite toilet. You owe me $6. And you've got excellent taste. Oh my goodness, gross. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Someday? Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time, step up and tell them you're on. I will take the challenge. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool, fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Grannybine. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Surely. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Oh my gosh. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Ow! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. Don't diamonds reflect? I will defeat you myself. You had this chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does the boil water at? Shoot. I don't know. That's right, but how would you have even gotten into this school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it, but you don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs? 11. That's right, you might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've gotten some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Trust? That's wrong. Shoot. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy. So where does it come from? Hey, look, Orion. Small town where big dreams are born. No, I didn't get to answer! This is a horrible time to start forgetting important things. I don't have enough time to... You try to shut out the noise. Okay, wait, what is it? Sizzling? Wrong! Don't make me get the spray bottle. Oh my gosh. Yep. Game over. Dang it. Is this gonna make me go through the entire game again? Or just the second day? Before anyone can... Oh, okay. Good. Whew. Oh. Okay. Alright. It's 11. Okay. State of mind. Vigilance. No! It's gratitude! Okay, good. This is your shot. Okay. Silence. Okay, good. When they taste your cooking, they will be so taken with it. Oh, I see. I didn't actually read the question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Grannybine. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy? This is... it's so fast! Grr. You're stranded in desert, wait. With only one dessert cookbook, which do you take? What a hunk. Stop. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. What? What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. Zzz. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Grannybine does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand in the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Oh my goodness. But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way out. No way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. That's too bad. And here I am with a complete dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Grannybine's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared? Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Grannybine to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese, croquette. I don't actually know how to say it. Croquette? Croquet? Croquet. Atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and a pearl of blueberry jelly? Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Croquette? Okay. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Wait, you might be telling me the American way. How do you say foyer? Do you say foyer? Hold on. You do say foyer? Okay. Oh, hold on. There's an ad?
This is Julian, the Frenchman who makes French pronunciation videos here on YouTube, and we are looking at how to pronounce this French word as well as how to say more delicious French food names. So make sure to stay tuned and consider subscribing. So
just say the word.
For reference, this is said as croquette.
Oh,
yes,
it is croquette. Poisson. I'm gonna look it up later because I actually don't trust Julien. Despite his name. Croissant. Croissant? Croissant. San. Ugh, reading is hard. Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. No, I'm just gonna internalize. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run to the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. Oh, look, he's like got tears in his eyes. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight? I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. Borko? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems. Am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of the night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a sport monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever. But I was still a student, until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook. Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way, I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Grannybine together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Chat. Colonel Sanders has invited us to his Hideaway. Yeah, I'm wondering where this gumfight, I meant to say gunfight, came from. A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. There's a chicken statue. It's a goatee. Oh my goodness. Look at this, like, beautiful view. Also, love this. I would roast marshmallows so often. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to be paired with something spicy or something crispy, both perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? Keep it a secret. This guy has his secrets. Actually, I've said too much. Please forget I ever said anything. You can practically hear Colonel Sanders' heart beating in his chest. He tries to act demure. But his facade begins to crack. I can appreciate a good secret, of course. In fact, I've got many, nearly a dozen, in my fried chicken recipe alone. But I would hope that you could learn to trust me with yours. Well, I suppose you did share a secret ingredient with me yesterday, so it'd be only fair. Colonel Sanders' face grows serious. Yes, about that. You see... Yes, Colonel? I haven't been completely honest with you. The secret I told you was a fake. Oh, no. The ingredient you shared with Miriam, it wasn't true? Well, I didn't share the prior... You're angry with Colonel Sanders for lying, but the fact that you revealed his... I didn't reveal his secret! Huh? You mean it wasn't one of the real 11 secret herbs and spices? You see, we had only just met, and I had to make sure you were trustworthy and capable of keeping my most important secret. To me, my recipes are priceless. I thought I knew how to say demure, but hearing you struggle made me hardcore doubt that I did. See? How to say... How do I make...
Demure.
Oh, demure. Sanders told you a lie and then you gave it away. I thought that I lied. Oh, this is not the game. You see, we... Oh, wait. Yeah. Well, I have something to confess. That secret ingredient you told me, I shared it with Miriam, my bestie. I didn't. I lied. I said it was the Eye of Newt or something. Unfortunately, I already knew this. I was very disappointed. But now that you've come clean, we can start building our relationship as fellow chefs again. I promise to be honest from here on out. I really do. I'm counting on you. Then, in that case, I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize now that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Why would we snoop? Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. The chicken. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." What's the smell? A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool. Freshly starched collar. Piece of wood floating in a lake. Summer of '69? No. It's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's... Oh. A lock of silver hairs woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. You tap on an... Oh, no. That's the door. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." I would not get sashimi from KFC. That's probably a really good choice. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor from the goatee and mustache combo he sports. You figured that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. One of the framed photos show... Oh wait, who... A bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold... Wait, they hold... They're not holding anything. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. Hey. I don't see that. That is not what I see in this picture. You look closely and see there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of Student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of Student is swept out into the breeze. Maybe the colonel's holding one in his hand and the man is holding one with his butt cheek, so the cheersing is still happening, but it's not visible. Maybe. You could be on onto something. Oh, you open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is too big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. Stop. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. This is... Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. You decide... You decide that now is your moment and make a big move. Yeah, hey, the reason I'm wearing this jacket is because I'm in love with you, and I want to smell what it was like to be in your arms. It's so weird. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth. I think that we decided to be honest, so you confess. Wait, what? I thought I thought that we were... Does my option not matter? I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Grannybine. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Oh, it's a dream sequence. Oh, look, more really fast chicken flying. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Do you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, blank isn't even legal. But if the recipe is secret, how will they know? What? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast. I just whipped it up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? I'm all about flattery. I don't like saying mean things to people just because they're confident. It makes me feel bad. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. Oh my gosh. This is really not my kind of game, and I'm so glad I never played this despite many insisting I should. You're very welcome. I'm only playing this because chat made me. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. So even though this is like a really funny game and not very serious, I still feel very embarrassed at the romantic parts. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, but now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders'. These people are not good friends. Why are we interrupting each other and not, like, following up on information? What is this? And I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam offers to support you. Aww. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from the distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip, too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? Snack time! Yeah, come here, my sweet potato. Thank you for the snack. You've got Sumner and Grannybine suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Oh no. Ooh, thank you for the hootrate. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Grannybine, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail. Winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, Grannybine. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Grannybine. Wow. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's that book. It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That's so dramatic. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else, not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. No. I don't need to... No. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you, it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. I think I'm gonna wait to see what happens. Huey and I are very different people. I don't believe in erasing memories. I want to... Hold on, I gotta word this in a way that doesn't sound stupid. I want to succeed in my culinary dreams without... I don't know. I don't think it's fair to blame Colonel Sanders for my lack of... I don't know. Strength. Also, I'm heavily influenced by Fruits Basket. So... Hold on, there it is. I want to live my life carrying my memories with me. You know what? I'm not gonna read it to you. Just know that there's a Fruits Basket quote, and I can't tell you what it is because it's spoiling. And also, I believe Phantom is watching Fruits Basket. But it's beautiful and it's majestic, and it heavily influences me to this day. Hi, Anna. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Has everybody seen Anna's new emote? Oh wait, I'm typing in the wrong chat. Ding, 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 ding. We got Dishwan. And... where is it? Oh wait, it's not out yet, is it? It hasn't been approved yet? Pepe hands. I want to dance. We've been thwarted. Okay, but it's really cute and really nice, and I like it. Okay, back to more chicken adventures. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence, I told you never to come back here. Terrence, I will destroy you, Terrence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Grannybine, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see... But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. I told you to save it for after class. Bzz, bzz. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? What? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friend Jeff and Joan, J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzz, bzz. Yeah, well that doesn't make it a great date. Beep. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Jeez. Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Oh my gosh, no! No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of a deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. We never did see where the student's body went. Stop. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead, the final competition, showdown, challenge, exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pet talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. So specific. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs. But she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up with Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us, and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show you a little interest. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Grannybine's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders and his, cherry blossoms flying everywhere. Grannybine, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. Ooh. Where did that come from? What is... That's from Mumpow's 10-ish minutes ago. I took make cherry blossom petals appear when I walk in the room. I too make cherry blossom. Okay, that makes way more sense. I was like, I'm misreading this somehow. That's that's pretty cool. That's a great superpower. I have no doubt. You're a cookatily cookie. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it like there was no sound at all, but then it might stay in the oven and burn. So we should fess up. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no, I can smell that it was made with a heaping help of TLC. but it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Where am I getting these bowls? Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. Does the Colonel just steal all our recipes and open his restaurant with it? It's Monday and my ADHD is unmedicated. Ooh, when I went to my therapy appointment, my therapist near the end was like, "So I'm not I'm not sure if this is accurate." So she's like, "You could just be really nervous right now, or I think you have ADHD. It could be both." And I was like, and then she gave me some reading material to read. It was a funny way to end. Probably both. It's quite possible, but I've never been diagnosed, so. Oh. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus a pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes, per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely preparing to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe. I don't know where I remember what that is. Fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the airs. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend, Baster Blaster! Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid? Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Oh, it's a trademark. Yes, thank you. Even Clank gets it on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? No, I'm gonna do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Grannybine. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Grannybine, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. This feels like a, screw you, Colonel Sanders, I'm the supportive one. Get out of here. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, eh? Ha, yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup, back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they come from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Why is Steve so dry? Oh, you're right. Steve is pretty dry. Landscaper outside just scared the landscape. Oh, for some reason, when you said landscaper, I thought of skyscraper. Steve is like me. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. Hi, Corbu. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summon extra power from deep within yourself. Give up and drop out of... No. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns... What? Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as a culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for. Yes, Grannybine, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know what? You know that with this power, you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Grannybine. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Heh, I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over here. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where did that pressure cookie roll off to now? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow. 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come. The time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in a savory soup. This is so cute. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Narutomaki I spy afloat on this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Grannybine, for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Chat, have you ever had urchin before? Did you skewer one type of urchin with the spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bitch... oh. No, I didn't say that. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? No. No. It just sounded like I said a bad word. I didn't. Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw it erratically, causing the clusters to slosh around. Woof woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch! My tongue. The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles would make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. It's actually really cute. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food. At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Grannybine? I told you it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. 2 chefs. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought, I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing. And completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on now. How could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house. Ow, ow, ow. You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. What are they wearing? Well, I mean, to be honest, Ashley is very cute. I don't... For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It is clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Oh, look at this outfit. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking. And you know, she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who would command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music of the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I've graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. Yes. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Whoa, he looks so weird in casual clothes. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end, question mark? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Grannybine, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know, a spicy musk. Stop. A tiny goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Grannybine. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Excuse me? Thank you for the hydrate. Could it be? You found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Grannybine, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. What? I'm sorry. He took my mashed potatoes. He took my macaroni. He took my coleslaw. What the heck? Oh my goodness. You were right. He did just take our stuff and run away with it. Oh gosh. Oh good, I can make it stop. Beautiful, beautiful exit. Yes. Well, that was an experience. It was a super weird game. I don't think that there are no achievements.